Hey guys, I'm back with another Minecraft tutorial. Here in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to build this huge mansion. So, the main part of the house has 6 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, but there is a guest area above the garage which has an extra bedroom and bathroom. So in total, for this entire house, including the guest area, there is 7 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. So for the garage, you're going to be able to fit around 3 vehicles. And then the backyard has a full-sized basketball court, a tennis court, and a pool. There's also a garden area at the back corner of the house, a game room on the inside, and a cool archway which connects the garage to the main part of the house, which is something I've actually never done before, but I think it actually turned out really nice. So that's pretty much all the main features for the house, so let's go ahead and get right on into building it. Here is the plot size for the build. So if you just want the house itself, then from left to right you're going to need 102 blocks, and from front to back you're going to need 50. Then if you want the house and all of the landscaping, then from left to right once again you'll still need 102 blocks, but from front to back you're going to need 70. So let's go ahead and take a look at those numbers off to the left. So where you see that 21, that's going to be the space needed for everything at the front side of the house, so the driveway and all the landscaping. So from corner to corner, it's going to be 21 blocks. Then for the 50, once again, you're going to be going from corner to corner. So you're going to be including that same corner that we used for the 21. And then you're going to be going all the way back to that back left-hand corner. So I've been switching up how I've been doing my plot size. So I hope the way that I've explained it in this video is easy to understand, because sometimes I do get questions about the plot size and the spacing and stuff for the front yard and the backyard. So I hope the way that it's shown right now is easy enough to follow. But anyway, I think that's pretty much everything. Let's go ahead and actually get into the building. By the way, where you see the number 102, that is going to be towards the front side of the house. So just keep that in mind, just in case if you forget which side is the front or the back. Where the 102 is, that is towards the front side. So here in part 1, I'm going to try to bring up all of the exterior walls for the first floor of the house. This is a bigger build, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get all of the walls marked out, but I'm going to try my best to do all of them for the first floor. So go ahead and grab some andesite, pillar quartz blocks, white concrete, gray concrete, white stained glass paints, quartz stairs, and some dark oak fences. So we're going to be starting at the front left-hand side of the house first, so make sure you have your blocks of andesite, and head on over towards the corner here for the shape where the house will be. So we're going to go right here, and then go in 1 towards the right, and then you want to make sure you're on the 3rd block of grass, so place a block of andesite right there. So we're right on the edge of our plot size here, and then we have 2 blocks of grass, and then we have this line. So head back on over and go towards the right of that first block of andesite and place another 12. So including this one is going to be 13 in total. Alright, so that is our first line. So that's going to be the start of the house. Alright, let's head back on over where we left off. We're going to go right behind this andesite here. So starting right here, we're going to work our way towards the back and place 7. Now, head on over towards the right and starting right here, we're going to place another 11. And now work your way back up towards the front, so we're going to go right here and place 3. So if I go up above, we'll take a look at it. So that first line there is 13, and then from that corner to that corner is 8, but we did place an additional 7 from right there to there because we already had the 1. So we placed an additional 7 behind that first block right there, and then we went from right there. So not including that corner one, but starting 1 block over, we worked our way over and we have 11, and then we placed an additional 3 in front of that going back towards the front. Next, let's head on over towards the right side of this block where we left off. And we're going to work our way all the way over towards the right, and we're going to place an additional 35. So starting right here, go towards the right and place 35. So this is what we have so far. Once again, head back on over where we left off, and we're going to go right behind this final block here. Continue with your andesite. So we're going to be working our way towards the back, and we're going to place an additional 4 starting right here. Now switch to some quartz stairs and go ahead and place 3 just regular quartz stairs facing up like that right next to our andesite. Alright, and now behind that, continue working your way off towards the back, switch back to your andesite, and place an additional 12. Okay, I'll go up above real quick and you can see what I've done. So remember, over there where that blue is, that is towards the front side. So this is what it's looking like. Now I'm at the back side of the build. We'll head on over here towards this corner. Continue with your andesite, and we're going to place an additional 4. Okay, now switch to your quartz stairs again. And we're going to work our way over towards the right and place 5. Now, back to your andesite, go from the edge of those stairs, once again towards the right and place 8. Okay, so now I'm going to look at it from up above here towards the back side now. So this is what we have. Now, let's head towards the corner over here, and we're going to start working our way towards the back side. So make sure you have your andesite. We're going to start right here and place 3, like that. Now switch to your quartz stairs, and we're going to place 4 after that. Back to your andesite, place 6. Okay. Now back to your quartz stairs, place another 4. And then back to the andesite again and place 4. Okay, so you should have 1 block of grass and then our plot size, like the line for the plot size. Alright, so I'll go up above, looking at it towards the back side. This is what we have so far. Alright, here at the back again, we're going to head on over towards the right side of this corner, and we're going to place an additional 7 andesite. Okay, so that was towards the right. Now continue with your andesite and line up with this corner one, but make sure you're right on top of this grass block here. Work your way over towards the right and place 9. Alright, so now we're right on the edge of our line there for the plot size. So up above again, towards the back, this is what it's looking like. Back to the corner where we left off, we're going to work our way back in, so towards the front side. And starting right here, we're going to place 22 blocks of andesite. So now it should line up right there at that corner. So now you can work your way over towards that side. And we're going to place an additional 3. So it's all lined up with how that side is. So it's in that same direction. And now, towards the right of that, we're going to place an additional 7. I'll go up above at the front side, and I'll take a look at the shape. So this is what it's looking like. Now I'm here looking at it towards the back side again. We're gonna head on over where we left off. Towards the right of that corner there, we're gonna place 2 more blocks of andesite. Then switch to your quartz stairs, place 2 right there. And then back to your andesite and place 7. And now it should be lined up with that corner over there towards the front. So I'll go up above again from the back side. This is what we have. So we almost have the entire main part of the house all shaped out. Keep in mind we still have the garage area over there. Okay, back to the corner where we left off again with your andesite. And we're going to work our way towards the back. And we're going to place an additional 8 starting right here. Now, towards the right of that, we're pretty much just lining up with the front side. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We're right on the edge of our plot size here, lined up with the front side. And now we're just going to connect these. So I'll be sure to count it just in case. So starting right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. So then if you want to include the corner, it would be 24 and 25. But just for the space that we placed right in between them, we have 23. I'll look at it up above from the front side. So this is the foundation for the main part of the house. Looking good. Now we're going to head on over towards the garage side. And we're going to lay all of that out. And then we'll start actually bringing up all the walls. You know what? Here in part 1, I'm just going to bring up all the exterior walls for the main part of the house. And then we'll go ahead and do everything for the garage in part 2. Because I feel like if I start doing the garage and all the walls for that, this video might turn out to be quite long. So we'll just focus on the main part of the house. So let's head on over where we started at the beginning of this video, and we're going to start bringing up all the walls. So make sure you have your pillar quartz block. We're going to go from the corner right here and bring it up by 7. Now, with your white concrete, let's just place a layer right on top of our andesite. And then leave this corner empty because we're going to go ahead and have another 7 pillar quartz. Now, continue with your white concrete. We'll bring a layer up along the side of the pillar. Go ahead and do it over here as well. And then switch to some gray concrete. We'll have 4 going up. And then we'll skip over 1. We'll have another 4. And then we'll go over to this side, do the same thing. So we have 4 going up. We skip over 1, and we have another 4. Then switch to some quartz stairs. We're going to place them upside down in between all the gray concrete at the top. And then add 2 layers of white concrete right on top of our window here. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is a window. And then go ahead and grab your white stained glass paints, and we'll fill all this space in. So we have our first wall marked out, so just a big window right there. We'll head on over here towards the right to this smaller wall. Make sure to switch to your white concrete, add a layer right on top of the andesite here, all the way to the corner is fine. We'll go up along the pillar, add a layer going up right there. And then switch to some gray concrete. We're going to have 4 on this side going up. We're going to skip over 2 and have another 4. And then we have some quartz stairs. We're going to place them upside down. And then the rest of this is going to be white concrete. So the 2 layers above the window and the 2 spaces here at the right. And then our white stained glass panes. You see this window that we have right here? We're gonna have a similar one right here for this space. So, grab your white concrete. We'll have a layer right on top of our foundation here where the andesite is, all the way to the corner. We'll go ahead and bring up a layer right here at the left, and then switch to your gray concrete. We're gonna go ahead and have 4 again. We're gonna skip over 1, have another 4. We'll head on over here towards the right, and we'll have 2 spaces of white concrete. We'll bring it up to the same height as the other wall over there. Switch back to your gray concrete. We'll have another 1 block window like we did there. So then we're going to be left with 2 spaces in the middle. So over here we have 3 in the middle. Right here we have 2, so a little bit smaller, but still like the same design. So we're going to have upside down quartz stairs at the top in between all of these. The 2 layers of white concrete. And then the rest of it will be our white stained glass panes. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got so far. Looking good. Let's do this small little part here. We have no window here. It's going to be very simple. So switch to your white concrete. We'll fill in these 2 spaces and bring it up to the same height as all the other walls. And then you can switch to some pillar quartz blocks and bring it up right here in this corner. And there we go. We have this section done, looking like that. And we'll head on over. I guess we'll continue over here towards the front. Or, yeah, we'll do the front next. So this big part right here, this is where the front door will be. Okay, make sure you have your white concrete. We'll head on over here right next to our pillar and right on top of our foundation. And we're going to place 14 going towards the right. So there we go, we have 14. We'll bring up a layer right along our pillar here. And then we're going to have 2 2-block wide windows. So make sure you have your gray concrete. We'll bring it up by 4. We'll skip over 2, bring it up by 4 here. And then we have some quartz stairs. We're going to place them upside down at the top. And now, make sure you have your white concrete. And we're going to fill in 2 spaces right here towards the right. We'll go ahead and do the 2 layers above our window as well. And now we're going to have another window over here just like that one. So back to your gray concrete. We'll have 4 going up. We'll skip over 2, have another 4. And then your upside down quartz stairs. And then the rest of this on the outside will be white concrete. Alright, and then our white stained glass panes for the window itself. Okay, that is looking pretty good. We'll head on over to this side and we're going to be doing the same thing that we did over there. But first, let me go ahead and mark out where the pillar will be. So it's just going to be right here in the corner, so we're going to bring it up by 7. So now if you remember, we had 14 white concrete. So we're going to start right here and place 14 going towards the left. And now I'm just going to be doing the same thing that I did over there. So just 2 2-block wide windows. We have 2 spaces in between them. We have 3 blocks of white concrete here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'll probably just fast forward it since it is the same thing. So there we go, just the same thing that we did at the other side. So I'll take a look at the back, or like all the way from back here. This is the front side. I probably confused you there. So yeah, remember this is the front side. I don't know why I said back. I meant to say I'm gonna head back. All right, so there we go. This is what it's looking like. And we'll go ahead and mark out where the front door is going to be. So switch to some white stained glass panes. And we're gonna place 4 going up here at the left and 4 at the right. And then we have upside down quartz stair right above that. We're going to have a strip of white concrete right next to that. Over here as well. And then here at the top, we'll have 2 layers of white concrete. And then we have 2 upside down quartz stairs. And then white stained glass panes again. We're going to have 4 going up. We're going to curve out a bottom one and 2 at the top. And then a dark oak fence right there for the handle of the door. So there we go. We have this entire front side for the main part of the house all done. And we'll head on over to this side here next. Okay, for this wall next, we pretty much just have our doorway right there. So this leads into the main part of the house, but it goes right underneath our little covered area here towards the garage. So that's what that doorway will be. And then we have a 3-block wide window there towards the right. So all over here is just going to be some white concrete. So we'll bring it up to the same height as the existing wall. Like that. Okay, let's go ahead and mark out the door. So just some white stained glass panes. We'll have 3 going up like that. We'll curve out the bottom one and the top one. And then in the middle, we'll have a dark oak fence for the handle. Let's go ahead and bring up the white concrete here. So 7. So just the same height as the other wall. We'll add our layers of white concrete here. So we have 4. We're not going to have any quartz stairs here since we have that archway, which starts right here. So we're not going to be able to have any quartz stairs like I did for the doorway here. So it's just going to be left with full blocks of white concrete. And now let's go ahead and do the other glass part. So 3 going up. We have 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and the empty space in the middle, a dark oak fence for the handle. Now, let's continue working our way over towards the right. We're going to place 3 more like that, so we have a total of 4 here. We're going to bring this all the way up again. So pretty much just a solid white concrete wall for now, and then our door right there. Let's have a layer of white concrete here towards the back, but this corner is going to be a pillar quartz block, so we'll bring it up by 7. Now we're going to have 2 spaces of white concrete. We'll bring it up right here. And then we should have, we have a total of 5 spaces here for our window. So we're going to switch to the gray concrete. We'll place 4 going up on each side. So now we are left with 3 spaces, so it's going to be a 3-block wide window. We have upside down quartz stairs here at the top and between the gray concrete. We have 2 layers of white concrete on top of the window. And then the rest of it are white stained glass panes. Okay, so this wall is all done. We'll head on towards the back, and we'll start doing this wall here next. So let's switch to our white concrete. We'll head on over towards the left, right up against our pillar here. We're just going to bring a layer of white concrete like that. Switch to some white stained glass panes. We're not going to have a layer of white concrete on top of our andesite like we did everywhere else. We're just going to start with our glass, and we're going to bring it up 3, have another row next to it, so it's a total of 6 like that. Then we're going to have white concrete next to that. We'll bring it up 1 more and bring it over the top like that. Let's continue bringing this up. So an extra 3 blocks like that. And then we'll have white stained glass panes here. Then 2 upside down quartz stairs. And then 2 layers, or like 2 blocks of white concrete. So that will be a window right there. Now we're gonna have a door right here where these quartz stairs are. So switch back to your white stained glass panes. We'll place 5 going up here. We'll go ahead and add an additional layer right next to that. And then we'll curve out this bottom one here. We'll skip over the second one and then curve out, well, let's see. We'll curve out 2. And then right here at the middle, or like at the top, we'll just bring it straight across. But for now, we'll leave it like that. Let's go over here on top of this andesite and bring up a strip of white concrete to the same height as our additional wall, or as our existing wall. We're going to have upside down quartz stairs right here, right above our glass. We'll add a layer of the white concrete. And now let's do what we did here to the other side. Makes it a little bit easier now that we have the white concrete. So we'll bring it up by 5. We'll add another layer next to that. We'll curve out the bottom one. We'll skip over the second, curve out 2 more after that. Then right here at the top, we'll just bring it straight across, so it all connects together. Then we'll grab our dark oak fence and fill in that empty space for the handle. Let's continue over here. So that window there, we're going to have 2 more. So your white stained glass panes, we're going to have a total of 6 here. So 3 blocks in height, 2 blocks wide. And then we'll have just 2 blocks of white concrete here, and then a strip going all the way up. We'll have another 2 glass panes, 2 upside down quartz stairs, and 2 blocks of white concrete. So it's looking like that. And now we're going to do it one more time over here. So here in the corner, we'll just fill in these 2 spaces. We'll bring it all the way up. We'll have a layer of white concrete here at the top. The upside down quartz stairs. 2 white stained glass panes. 2 more blocks of concrete. And then the rest of it, white stained glass panes. Okay, so that back wall right there is all done. So that is actually the door which leads into the kitchen area. Now let's focus on this wall next. Okay, make sure you have your white concrete. We'll go right up against our wall here and just bring a layer going up. Have your white stained glass panes. We're going to have 3 like that. And then back to your white concrete. We'll bring it all the way up. And then all of the space above our glass will also fill in. We're not going to have a quartz stair here like we did everywhere else, because we're going to have a little overhang above the doorway that's going to be here. So it's going to actually start here. So we're not going to be able to have a quartz stair since it would be covered up anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and do our doorway. So our white stained glass panes, we're going to bring it up by 4. And then we're going to curve out the bottom one. And then right here we'll have the dark oak fence. And then 2 more glass panes. Switch back to your white concrete. We'll bring a strip up right here to the same height as the other wall. And then we'll have another part of the door like this. We'll have it over here as well. So 4, curve out the bottom one, the 2 at the top, and the handle there. Okay, the rest of this is just going to be full blocks of white concrete. So it is looking like that. Now we're going to have another small window like we did there. So switch to your white stained glass panes. We'll have 3 like that. And then on top of it, just all white concrete. And then we're going to have 2 more spaces of white concrete towards the right of it. So this is the first door. So we got the door right in the middle, the smaller windows on each side. Now we're going to do the same thing right here. So white stained glass panes, have it 3 like that. And then the rest of all of this here is going to just be full blocks of white concrete. Now let's go ahead and start our doorway. White stained glass panes again. We'll bring it up by 4. The 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and our handle. Let's go ahead and have a strip of white concrete over here. Makes it a bit easier to place the other part of the door. So the 4 glass again, bottom, 2 at the top, handle. And now the rest of this up here, just white concrete. And now one more time we have the smaller window. So 3 blocks of the glass. And then we have white concrete at the top, a strip of white concrete at the right. And then right here in the corner is going to be a pillar quartz block. So now, or for now, this entire wall is all marked out. We will have the overhangs, but we're not going to do that in this video. So that is what it's looking like. Now, we'll head on over here towards this back wall, and we'll focus on this area next. Okay, this wall is pretty simple. It's not like those ones that we just did. These walls are a lot easier, kind of like how we did all the other ones. So, we have our white concrete. We're going to have a layer right up against our pillar here. And then a layer on top of our andesite, just like that. Don't fill in that corner because that's going to be a pillar quartz block. Now we're just going to have a 2 block wide window here. So 4 layers of gray concrete, skip over 2, have another 4, upside down quartz stairs, the white stained glass panes, and then the rest of this wall will be white concrete. Okay, it's looking like that. Let's do this section next. So, pillar quartz block, we'll bring it all the way up, just 7 in height. And then we have our layer of white concrete on top of the andesite. Make sure not to cover up this corner, because that is going to be a pillar quartz block again. Then a layer of white concrete right up against the pillar quartz on each side. And then we're going to have a 3 block wide window here. So we had 2 there, this one will be 3. So just the same design as the other ones. Okay, this back wall is all done. We almost have all of the exterior walls for the first floor of the main part of the house done. We just have this wall here, that part, and then all wrap around there. So we're almost done here in part 1. We'll head on over and focus on this wall next. Okay, for this wall here, we just have 2 bigger windows. So make sure you have your white concrete, and we're just going to place a layer right on top of our andesite. So just from one side all the way to the other, here to the corner. Okay, we'll go ahead and fill in these 2 spaces here as well. And then here in the corner, we're going to have a pillar quartz block, so we'll bring it up by 7. And then we'll fill in these 3 spaces here with white concrete, right behind our pillar. Alright, now let's focus on this big wall here. So on each side, we're going to add an additional layer of white concrete, so right up against our pillar, and right up against the wall here. And now, we're going to have our gray concrete, so we're going to have 4 layers going up. We're going to skip over 1, have another 4, skip over 2, have 4 again, and then skip over 1. So this window is just like the one that we did right there at the front. Now we're going to have 3 blocks of white concrete right here in the middle, bring it all the way up to the same height. And now the window that we have here, we are also going to have right there. So remember just the upside down quartz stairs, and then our white stained glass panes, white concrete. Okay, so that window there, we're also going to have here. So I'm going to hurry up and do that real quick, since it is just the same thing. That's looking all good. So remember, there is 3 spaces of white concrete in between them. We'll head on over to this wall next. Right here, we just have a 2-block wide window. So on top of this andesite, we'll just have some white concrete. Or whoops, just 1 layer. I don't know why I started doing another one. Just 1 layer like that. We'll have a layer right up against our pillar. And then we'll have 2 right here starting from the corner. So like that, just 2. And then we'll shape out our window. So we have 4 blocks going up on each side. And then 2 upside down quartz stairs. Our 2 layers of white concrete. And then the white stained glass panes. So that was a pretty simple wall. So now let's focus on this wall next. Over here is just a solid wall of white concrete, so that's really simple. And then we have some windows there and there. So we'll focus on this wall where the doorway is next. Okay, make sure you have your white concrete. We're going to fill in these 2 spaces here, bring it all the way up to the same height as everything else. And then we have a doorway here. So grab some white stained glass panes. We'll bring it up 3 like that. Curve out the top and the bottom. Have a dark oak fence for the handle. 2 upside down quartz stairs. And then we'll have a layer of white concrete going up. And then 3 layers right on top of our quartz stairs. Okay, now we're going to have a 2-block wide window here towards the right. So a layer of white concrete down here at the bottom. And then starting from the corner, we're going to have 2 going up here. And then we'll go ahead and have our window. Alright, that looks good. And then, like I mentioned before, this is just a solid wall of white concrete. So here at the corner, we're going to bring up 7 pillar quartz. And then all the rest of it will be white concrete. So this little section here is all done. This is just kind of like a patio area. It's got a grill, a campfire, and then it leads out to the garden area here, which has a big tree, a walkway with a bunch of nature and a pond. It looks really nice. So that's what that is. And then over here, we are going to have the same window that we had at the front. So you could just match it up to the other side. So right here, just our pillar quartz block going up 7. And then, like you can see at the front, we'll just match it up. So I'll go ahead and probably just fast forward this since it is the same thing again. And now we have our final wall over here. So we just have a few windows on this wall. Let's look more towards the back first. And we're going to have 4 spaces of white concrete. And we'll just bring it all up. So this is just all white concrete here. And you know what? Let's go ahead and have the rest of this layer down here, white concrete. We'll have the layer right up against our pillar there. And now we're going to have a small 1-block wide window here. So same design as everything else. Now we're going to fill in 2 spaces of white concrete next to that. Go ahead and have our layers above it as well. And now we're going to have a 2-block wide window. And now let's head on over here. We're going to have another 2-block wide window. Now the rest of it will just be white concrete. And this wall is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that here for part 1. So we just brought up all of our exterior walls for the first floor of the house for the main part of the house. And then in part 2, we'll go ahead and do all of the walls and the foundation for the garage area. And then also in that video, we'll bring up all of the walls for the second floor of the house. So that's pretty much just like the L shape. Everything else over there is 1 story. Over there is 1 story. So we'll do the walls for the garage and then everything for the second floor in part 2. So that's going to be it here for part 1 for this tutorial on how to build this mansion. If it helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 2.